Hi, welcome to Amy Toft Yoga. This is chair yoga. Filming this right after Christmas. Let's sit up tall. Just take a few breaths. Remember, when breathing into our whole diaphragm, first we start trying to breathe into the sides of the diaphragm, inhaling and then exhaling the sides back, as if our diaphragm were a map or the world, and we breathe east and west, and then let that come back. Now, we'll breathe east and west into the diaphragm again, and also south. So our breath will go to the sides and down on the inhale, and on the exhale, we'll all come back together. And now we'll breathe east and west, south, and also north up here. So our whole diaphragm is expanding, sending air, and then on the exhale, just softly coming back together. So remember, you don't have to really do anything with your muscles. If you just think about it, it will happen. And now just keep breathing like that. Notice how you feel. Breathing with the whole diaphragm stimulates the vagus nerve, which is, unlike Vegas in Nevada, calming, very calming. The theme today is a quote from the book Choose Joy by His Holiness the Dalai Lama and also Desmond Tutu. They wrote it together, the Reverend Desmond Tutu. And the quote is, "Every day is a chance to start over. Every day is your birthday." So this time of year, when we're deciding, maybe making resolutions, maybe making a 21 for 21 list of things we want to do, not all about self-improvement, but also things for fun. Just remember, if you don't get everything started the first of the year, if you let something slide, every day, chance to start. Every single day. A brand new day, a gift. So let's breathe one more big breath together, and we'll open our mouth, sigh it out. And then just let your mouth close. If all you do today is stay in your chair and breathe, you're still doing great yoga. Maybe you'd like to scoot to the edge of your chair and hold on to your chair so you're not tipping over. And we're just going to bring our shoulders back. Just bringing our shoulder blades close together. Gosh, as we get older, our shoulders tend to round in. So the more times we can do this every day, the better. Keep using your whole diaphragm as you breathe. And then keep your shoulders there, and we're just going to, okay, don't keep your shoulders there. Keep your hands holding on, and we're going to round our nose and pick up our knee. Now you can see that my knee and my nose are nowhere near each other, but they're just going toward each other. Then set that foot down, other knee, up toward the nose, and back down again. And then you can do this again, keep holding on, or you can release your hands, and as you round down, hold behind your knee and pull it a little closer towards your nose. And then let the other one come down. Pull it up and down and up and down, still rounding, bringing the belly button back toward the spine. And then you can keep doing that, or you can add on, reach in, maybe hold on to your foot. So maybe I don't really have my foot like this, but I can bring my arms around and still pull my knee in. And you don't have to do that, that's okay if you don't want to. Set it back down. And we'll just do one on each side of these. Okay, sitting up tall. Noticing how we feel. Now, bring your feet just right under your knees. And we're going to do a little work on up and down. So kind of like an elevator, we'll put our hands on our hips, press into our feet, press into our legs, stand up, all the way up without using our hands, if possible. If not, that's okay. And if you are not a stander, you can be straightening your back and shoulders and then leaning forward. Then, if you're standing, bend your knees. Tap your bum on the chair, right back up. Bend your knees, tap your bum, right back up. Let's do it 2 more times. And sometimes we find ourselves kind of lumbering out of the chair using our hands, but look, we don't even need to. We're strong. And then leave your feet right where they are, or if you're in a chair, just sit up tall where you are. Soften your knees, and we'll weeping willow a little bit. Let your arms swing first. And then you can look over your shoulder. Make sure your knees are soft, and you may even want to come up, bring one heel up as you look over. You can't really see my feet. How about this? Twisty, twisty, twisty. And then come on back. Just stand up tall. We're going to bring our arms straight up over our heads and lift one arm up and the other hand just stretching. Still can't see my hands. How about this? Every time you go up, you might stretch a little further to that direction. So as your arm comes up, this hip comes out. One more. Okay, great. Now, we've done cat and cow before, and if you're in a chair, cat and cow is kind of what we did at the beginning, where we tuck our tailbone and then round. So shoulders come forward, shoulders go back. So if you're in a chair, this is your cat and cow. If you feel like standing today, we're going to cat and cow standing up, which is hard. So hold on to the chair, stand on one foot, pick up your other knee, and we're going to come forward like a cat and backward with our knee back. So forward, just like we did in a chair when we brought our knee up to our nose. Backwards. Again. One more time. Now from here, leave your knee up. Stand tall in your standing leg. Maybe balance. Maybe not, that's okay. Set your foot down. Just gonna move over here for other side. Holding on, knee up. Curl everything down, knee toward the nose. Open up, come back. So your arm comes back like a ballerina. Forward. Third position. Out. Down. This feels so good on my spine. Last time. Curl it, hold it, be really strong. Stretch it back. Bring your knee forward. Maybe find a little balance. And then set that down. Okay, very good. Get behind your chair. I don't know if you can see my toes. How about this? Get behind your chair and we're just going to hold on to it as we shift onto our toes and then onto our heels. Toes, heels. Toes, heels, toes, heels. From here, we've got a little warrior series. So if you're in your chair, it will be warrior one. Maybe a balancing stick, so maybe scoot up on your chair so you're safe and you can pick up your back foot. And you don't have to do that. If you're standing up, you can hold on if you like. Let's see. I need to move some of this junk so you can see what's happening. Okay. So warrior one foot is toward the chair, one foot is back. Arms up. And if it feels better to have one hand on the chair, that's great. And then balancing stick, we're going to keep our hands level with the ears, down to the chair, back foot up. So trying to make a straight line from your head to your hip to your heel. Just trying. I don't know how straight mine really is, but that's the feeling we're going for. Hips level. And bend your knee. Let your back foot come down. Rise back up. Warrior one. Hands to the hips. Step your back foot forward, your front foot back. And we'll sink down this way again. Warrior one. Breathe, relax your shoulders. Okay to hold onto the chair if you want to. Hands down, biceps by the ears so your head's down too. And then just pick up the back foot. You might need to move your hands around. Trying to make a straight line from the heel to the hips to the head. Take one more breath. Soften the front knee. Back foot comes down. Come on back, warrior one. Let your hands come down. Step forward. And a little bit of lateral bend again. So both arms come up. Shift, take hold of your left wrist with your right hand, then shift to the left as you push your right hip out. And you're pressing down with your left foot. Come on back up. Take hold of the left wrist with the right hand. As you go to the right, press into your left foot and look up. I think I may have said it wrong last time. The foot, this hand, this foot is the one you press into. Come on back up. Hands to the heart. Take a breath into the whole diaphragm. And let's do our open hip series. So bring one foot close to the chair, one foot back, arms out, warrior two. Look forward over your fingers. Take a breath. You're looking forward over your bent knee. Straighten your front leg. Hand comes down to the chair. Other hand comes up for a triangle. Take a deep breath. Use your whole diaphragm. Let your hand come to your hip. Maybe slide this hand forward just a little bit, and maybe pick up this back foot for a nice, soft little modified half moon. Okay, step your back foot forward, stand up, step back with your other foot, warrior two on this side, shoulders over hips, strong, straighten the front leg, hand down to your chair, other arm up, or it might feel better to have this hand on your lower back and just look up. Or to the side. Then soften the front knee. Shift forward. Keep your hand on your hip if it isn't. And then just pick up your back foot. Soft little Ardha Chandrasana or half moon. Let your foot come down. Stand up. Come to the front of the chair. And we're going to spread our feet pretty wide, then bend our knees and sit down. So our feet, we're working toward having our feet wide like this, but hold on to the chair so you don't slide off. Then just sit up really tall and breathe. Feet are flexed, stretching in to the legs. Let your feet come back in front of you. Sit up tall. Cross one leg over the other. Flex the foot. Maybe this feels great and stay here. Maybe this is pretty intense. That's okay. If you flex your foot harder, it will feel a little more intense. And then maybe you can even lean forward. That might feel okay. So look softly down at the floor out in front of you. And come back up if you're leaning forward. Take hold of your foot. If you have a shoe on, this might not work. You might need your ankle. Just stretch it out a bit and then set it back down. Doesn't have to go way out. Then cross the other one. Flex the foot, sit up tall. And this could feel intense right here. If so, stay. If you want more, flex your foot even harder. Stretch down over. So this pigeon in a chair is awesome. And it's also, you can also do pigeon standing. So you don't ever need to do pigeon on the floor. You don't want to. You can also, if you can get on the floor, you can do it on your back with your, come on back up. You can do it on your back with your legs crossed, and then you pull this one up towards your nose. You know what I mean. Okay, so let's do standing pigeon really quick before we settle down for our final stretch. Standing pigeon, you want to be sure you're holding on. And then just like we just did, we'll cross a foot over. Now maybe it doesn't come clear up over your knee. Maybe it needs to stay here, and that's okay. And maybe you need to hold on with two hands. That's okay too. Then sink down as low as you feel like, and then lift your chest. Pretty intense, right? Standing pigeon. Come on back up. Set this foot down. Cross the other. Bend the knee. Remember, it doesn't have to be a lot. And this foot could be down lower if that's good. You can even hold down here on the chair if you want to. Flexing this foot. And if you're super fancy, you can put your hands together. And then come on, stand back up. Nice. Okay, come to the seat. We're going to pick up our feet, flex and point. You can do one at a time if you want. And then circle. And then like we did at the beginning, sit at the edge of the chair, hold behind you, and let your shoulder blades come together again. Maybe do this before a meal. When you sit down in your chair, think, oh, my shoulders need to go back. And just do this for a few breaths. And then go ahead, sit back further in your chair. Let's shrug our shoulders up and around. You can do them one at a time too, and then go the other way. We'll do one at a time in a minute. So maybe one shoulder up and around, and then the other. Inhale your arms straight up, look up. Think that every day is a chance to start over. Let your hands come down into prayer. Take a breath. And let's just settle our neck before we head into Shavasana. So let your chin come down. Stretch your gaze over your shoulder. Chin back to the center. Gaze over the other shoulder. Come on back. And then anything else you feel like your head might like to do. If you'd like to gently take one ear to your shoulder, that's great. And the other one. Really slow moving. And then sitting up, hopefully feet flat on the floor. Mine don't always touch, so just depending on your chair. Take a breath into the whole diaphragm again. Let it go. And now as we begin Shavasana, thoughts will come into your head. And just say to them, uh-huh, and let them go on. If you are having trouble settling your thoughts, you can think about your breath. But you don't really have to focus on that or anything. Let yourself feel soft in your chair. Chair is holding you. Shavasana. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Staying where you are as long as you like. Or begin to notice your breath. Deep breath into the diaphragm. And let it go. If you feel like wiggling your fingers and toes, go ahead. Maybe turn your head from side to side. If you like, bring your hands to your heart, bow your head. Here I like to take a few breaths of gratitude for our amazing bodies. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.